get right to it. If you want to build a podcast that listeners will love and that they'll keep coming back for, you've got to get to the meat of the episode as quickly as humanly possible. Hey everyone, it's Leighton Hart. This is Podcasting for Fun and Profit, the podcast about podcasting that helps you create incredible content that your listeners will love and that hopefully you can turn into dollars in your pocket. So there's this big debate in podcasting about whether chit chat at the beginning of an episode is a good thing. No doubt you've listened to shows before where the hosts like to recap their personal lives before they get into the main topic of the episode. It's chit chat, it's banter, it's small talk. But just like anything else in life, different people have different preferences on whether chit chat at the beginning of the show is a good thing or not a good thing. But I'll go ahead and ask you the question right now. On your podcast, do you have a chit chat section at the beginning? If so, listen, I'm not here to judge. I've tried everything and I've done everything that can be done as a podcast creator. And I've done those shows. I've done the episodes where we chat at the beginning, we talk about this and that before we get to the topic at hand. But recently, I'm taking some cues on content creation from YouTube and TikTok. And what I'm learning leads me to think that chit chat needs to go. We got to get rid of it. That's what I'm learning. The best YouTubers, the people with tens of millions of subscribers, their videos get tens of millions of views. These guys are making millions of dollars from YouTube. They know that the very first few seconds of their video is incredibly important. It's the most important part, they would argue. In fact, huge YouTubers, take Mr. Beast, for example, 65 million subscribers, something like that. Mr. Beast is known to spend hours, if not days, crafting the first 10 seconds of his videos. Hours, if not days, directed solely at the first 10 seconds of a video, and his videos are sometimes 15, 20 minutes long. And so much effort into the first 10 seconds. The reason they do this, the reason these big YouTubers do this, is because they know that in the first few seconds of a video, people are looking for a reason to click away. They're looking for any reason to bail. And if the YouTuber can't hook the viewer in the first few seconds, the viewer's gone and they're not coming back. So let's take that and let's apply it to a typical podcast episode. A lot of us amateur podcasters, we start our shows, and then what we do is we think to make it sound more professional or more podcasty, that we've got to keep adding things to the show as we get more gear. So we get more gear and then we add music like that. Or we try to make our shows more like our favorite podcasts or shows that we've heard on the radio. And so we have a long intro, maybe some music, long spiel about what the show is all about. I did a little bit of that at the beginning of this episode, to be honest with you. Long spiel about what the episode is all about. And then there's the radio guy voice that we slip into, and it just gets out of hand from there. So it just gets out of hand. We'll leave it there. So what we do is we start the show and then we pack in a bunch of fluff because we think that's what we're supposed to do. That's what a podcast is. This is just, you keep adding stuff. You keep adding decorations and music and different features. But the problem is we don't ever stop and think about what the listener wants. It really is all about what the listener wants. And it's always best to err on the side of leaving the listener wanting more than having your listener thinking, okay, just get to it already. All right, just get to it. It's always better to leave the listener wanting more. It gives them a reason to come back. And again, listen, I'm not judging. I've been there too. This is still inside of me. These are still things I do. I'm learning this stuff all the time. The bottom line for this episode today, though, is if you want to keep your listeners coming back over and over and over again, let's cut the chit chat and get into the topic of the show. Start delivering on the promise you make in the title of your episode just as quickly as you can. That's it for today. I'm Leighton Hart from Market Street Media. Go make a killer podcast today. See you soon.